Hey guys, back with another What's in the Shop. This is kind of a brief one. Just kind of wanted to touch base on a few of my projects I've got going on. As you can see, Coils of Doom is coming along. I'm waiting on the wrist pegs from China so I can retrofit them to his sockets on this Cotswold body. I'll mount the head, and then if everything goes to plan, I'll be able to use those old Hot Toys style pegs for these hands, so he'll have a little bit more of an array of hands for his weaponry. So he's about done. I think I've showed his weapons array. I'm still getting ready to pull some casts on the flame thrower nozzles, so that's something I'm going to be working on soon. I did get something cool the other day off eBay. I got these 3D printed pieces for my 5-star Jeep to repair some of the broken pieces on there. So there's the rifle rack, the hinges for the tailgate. I also have a shovel rest coming as well. I just don't have it yet. But I'll be posting some pictures of these when I get them mounted. They're a little pricey. They're 3D printed, and the guy doing it's probably the only one doing it, so I think that's why they're so pricey, because he's the only one in the game, which, again, supply and demand. But I look forward to mounting those on my my Jeeps and getting that all done here before long. I also managed to sit down and think for a little while on how I could repair these old radio hinges. I had some old stock plastic, and then I just kind of put some styrene on it, on the radio base here, and then cut these with a hobby miter saw, mounted them, glued them to the back of this, and then I took the radio lid, took the radio lid and kind of drilled the holes through, so they actually line up really well, and I've got some old plastic stock, and I'll melt new hinge pieces in here. So I kind of redid this radio, so I'm going to use it for something. It goes to the old Jungle Survival set. I've got this one here as well. It's busted up. I'm going to sand out the inside and do the hinges on this one as well, and make it like a little storage case for gear and stuff. I have finally got to work on the mummy. Here he is. The body is close to being finished. I've got to get the hands sculpted and do some more work on the body, and then I'll mache him, and then start the process of coating him and whatnot to make him look like a mummy, and then I'll paint him and weather him, and he'll be finished. It won't take me very long to do it, but he's done almost. My Scuba Set, I think I've mentioned that a few times. Here is another custom Scuba Set that I just finished up. It has the shorts made from the raincoat, spear gun, mask. I put a decal on the tanks to make it a little more authentic. I gotta fix the scabbard and knife. The elastic's a little bit loose for this one, but I'll re-sew that and adjust it. But it's finished up. And here's another project I was working on. I was working on a brand new Scuba Rig. I take these old home phone, like landline cordless phone cases, or little clips for the back of them. I sand everything off. I use my Dremel and I cut slots, and then I make these harnesses for scuba tanks. So I was making a single scuba tank array. It's going to be for another dive set eventually. What I use for the rebreathers and the regulators, I cast this part. It's not a very good... It's hard to focus on that white. But I cast this part, and then I use these World Peacekeeper fire extinguisher nozzles. I saw those off the end and take the regulators off, and they mount to the to these dive tanks really well. So I'm actually going to try to mold and cast this part so I can make a few more. And then I have some more of these cell phone, or these, not cell phone, these landline clips, cordless phone clips, and I'll do a couple more dive tanks and maybe sew some shorts and make some just custom dive tanks, the single dive tanks. So they look really cool on a guy. I'm sorry I don't have him mounted on there right now, but that's what's going on there. And then I was going through some old broken G.I. Joe parts that I had, and I noticed I had these two, I guess you'd call them jet pieces for the space walk backpack. Little nozzles, jet nozzles, they're almost like suction cups. But these pieces here break off sometimes. The rubber gets brittle and oxidized over time, and it degrades and breaks down, and they become hard to take off. Well, I figured out a way to fix one. This one was broken off, so what I did is I used my little mandrel jeweler drill and drilled a hole straight through it, and then I have some old plastic, like real thin rod stock. So I just threaded the plastic through either end and then melted each end so it's nice and secure. So that's a tip if you have these that are broken, and you can find some really thin plastic tubing or just rod. You can drill a hole through there, thread it through, and then just melt it. And then it basically pulls it all together. So I fixed those. I was just messing around one day in my spare time and decided to fix those. I do have another custom project I'm getting ready to start working on. I was going to make another villain. This is going to be the Red Kernel. So this is a formative Soldiers of the World head. I've strengthened up the inside with mill putt. I'm going to mount it to a Cotswold neck post, and I'm going to probably get a Cotswold body for him. I don't know what I'm going to do with the face. I started sanding it all down. I might sculpt some head or some hair. I kind of want to do something cool with his face, make him like a part robot or something. I don't know. I got to just go hit the thrift stores and see what kind of wacky toys I can find that I can cut up and build this guy out. But other than that, that's kind of what's going on right now in the shop. Not anything super interesting other than me trying to finish up this Coils of Doom, get back to work on my Yeti, finish the Mummy. I do have all my fuel cans ready to go, and I'm doing some map table bases right now. It's just kind of hit a lull with Father's Day weekend and some other projects that were a little more pressing than this, and then I'll be going back to my actual real job here soon. So the weekends are going to get a lot busier than what they have been for me. So that's about it. I am starting another Buzz Lightyear dive suit. I found one at a thrift store for nothing. So I've been looking on Shapeways at some 3D printed items I was going to add to him. I'll probably throw him on eBay when I get him done. I've kind of just been looking at him and figuring out how I want to put him together, and it'll be similar to my dive suit I made out of the Buzz Lightyear. Probably be a little bit different, just because I've learned a little bit since then. So other than that, I guess that's about it. Thanks. I got 106 subscribers now. I appreciate everybody sharing my videos and commenting. Keep it up. I really appreciate the positive feedback, and I'm enjoying doing this still. I'm looking for brand new ideas every single day. This week, exciting stuff. On Wednesday, I'll be dropping the 2 decaling videos. I know a lot of people have been asking for those. So those are coming Wednesday. So be on the lookout for those. And then I have some more photo stories coming up as well. And I'm going to do some features on some other custom figures I've made. I got a lot of good feedback on the Creature of Doom Lagoon close-up. So I was going to do one on my Red Claw, my Baron Iron Blood, and a few others. So other than that, guys, hope everybody's staying safe out there. Summer's here. Drink a few beers for me, and cheers.